When looking for a new smartphone to buy, refurbished devices look quite endearing. Typically, a refurbished phone's price tends to only be a fraction as much as a new one. Most of the time, buying refurbished is a great way to access premium devices while on a budget. However, there are sometimes caveats, unfortunately. On my table is a refurbished iPhone 8 I purchased from a private seller on Kijiji back in January of this year. The seller was transparent and said that the phone had a new back, new front glass, and a new battery. Presumably, at some point in its life, the phone was dropped and got shattered. This was one red flag. The internals had been exposed to physical shock. Having done my research, however, I found that the iPhone 8 wasn't as prone to motherboard issues compared to other models like the iPhone 7 and its notorious audio IC chip defect. So I decided to buy it. Having used the phone several months, everything more or less worked as it should. However, I noticed a very fine problem with the camera, something the average person probably would not notice. I personally do a lot of photography with various cameras and have an eye for noticing lens defects. Have a look at the following photo I took of this fence and trees. I set the autofocus to the center of the fence. Notice anything off? At the bottom of the frame there is a strange, jittery haze. At first I figured maybe it's just depth of field. This is a 1.8 aperture lens after all. I flipped the iPhone upside down and took the same picture and focused on the same area, right in the center of the fence. The result? Now the bottom is completely fine. But when we look at the tree branches, the jittery haze is still there. Here is an entirely different photo of a bridge. The jitter is present at the bottom, as we've come to expect. Will this problem happen to you when you're buying refurbished? Maybe not. Every phone is different. Always ask about what has been done to it and draw your own conclusions from that. Not every dropped phone will have a misaligned camera, but know that the chances of it will go up. Every refurbished phone is unique. Sometimes you get lucky, other times you won't.